Did I just sit down and film this whole video? Yes. Am I filming it again because I didn't like the way it turned out? Absolutely. So hi, if you know me IRL, you know that this summer I was absolutely obsessed with Twilight. I remember the Twilight Renaissance of like last year on Tumblr, and then of course with the movies coming out on Netflix, I finally decided that I was going to sit down and I was going to watch them all.
Bella! Where the hell have you been, Luca?
And then after watching them all, I was like, I don't need to read all of the books. I don't need to read all of them. I just need to read Midnight Sun because I'd like to hear it from Edward's perspective. I got through a fourth of Midnight Sun before I had to quit because Edward's internal monologue is just so horrible that I couldn't anymore. So then I decided that I was going to read all of the Twilight books. And I ended up accomplishing that. It is most of my story graph for this past year, which is fine. However, I now own the first book. I bought it secondhand. No money went to Smeyer. But I found it kind of hilarious, and I would like to do a full, like, bigger video on Twilight at some point, going over some things that I liked, some things that I didn't, like some media analysis type stuff, because honestly, that's what I'm getting my degree in. I should probably be doing some media analysis stuff. But I ended up, when I was reading them, I read them all online, ebook style, through the Libby app. So if you don't know what Libby is, go to your local library and get a library card and start reading books online for free. This is not sponsored whatsoever. It's just like common sense. Get a library card.
Having God isn't hard when you've got a library card.
Can you tell the profession that I plan on going into and am working in right now? Yes. Okay. So Twilight is a thing that I have been kind of on the bandwagon for recently, and when I was going through and I was reading them online, especially when I was reading them in settings in which I could not laugh very loudly, like in public or at work, we won't say which work, but when I was reading them in settings where I couldn't laugh, sometimes I would come across something that would make me like need to laugh so hard that I had to screen cap it and put it in a draft email to send to myself. So I have 6 quotes from the different books that I found so hilarious that I had to screen cap, and I thought I would share those with you today. I have to leave soon for class, so this will be very interesting, but we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started and see where this takes us. And if it hard cuts and I look different and the lighting's all different, you know that I ran out of time. But okay, here's my laptop. Yes, I know it's as large as I am, but yes, this is sweater weather, by the way. I just like to point that out to people. Anyways, so we're gonna pull up the email here, and there are 3 from Midnight Sun because I did this mostly when I was reading Midnight Sun, because like if you've read any part of it, you know it is so, I know it's Edward centric, but it's like so heavily like every little thing that Edward is thinking and every little thing that everybody else is thinking, obviously. So when I found moments of humor, I really had to stick with them. Like I'm getting notifications from my biology professor. That is concerning, considering I'm not in his class right now. It's just recitation. We're fine. But I had to find humor in like everything in Midnight Sun. So we're gonna go through, and I think it switches. I think it's Midnight Sun and then a different book, and then Sun and then a different book. So there are 6 quotes. And will I be a party pooper and explain them? Probably, but I'm gonna give them to you without context first. So this one is from Midnight Sun. It's Edward's voice, obviously. I didn't answer her as I hurried out the door. That was a different way of viewing the situation. Would Bella want to know Alice? To have a vampire for a girlfriend? Yes, Bella wanted a vampire for a girlfriend. Bella deserved a vampire for a girlfriend, not a vampire for a boyfriend. No, Edward, we all know. We are all Team Alice. I think most of us in the Twilight Renaissance are Team Alice. I think we both kind of looked at Edward and Jacob and realized that they're both kind of assholes. Not even kind of. Both of them are not great people, and poor Bella for falling in love with them. And I think if she had been able to see Alice as an option, or if Alice had been available, I'm just saying, it would have ended very differently, and then we wouldn't have to deal with Renesmee either. So just putting that out there that it was posited in New Moon. Okay, next. This one is from Breaking Dawn. Obviously Bella's speaking to Edward. Okay. I swallowed and then reminded him. I was asleep. This is really good, by the way. Impressive for someone who doesn't eat. Food Network, he said, flashing my favorite crooked smile. Food Network. Edward motherfucking Cullen watches Food Network. I don't know what to say to that. I have to leave in like 5 minutes. I don't know what to say to that. Edward, really? Food Network? It kind of blew my mind that he would do that. Okay, next. Oh, this one is Eclipse. For context, if you couldn't tell, my name is actually Leah. And so every time that Leah was mentioned when talking about the Wolfpack, it confused me a little bit. But this quote, I didn't find this one funny. I had to screen cap it for myself so I could frame it and put it on my wall. You ready? Okay. If you're upset about the gender confusion, Leah, if you don't know how that applies to me, 1, why are you here? And 2, maybe follow my TikTok and we'll talk about that more a little bit on there. But yeah, I need that framed and I need that like tattooed on my body somewhere. Okay, next. This one is also from Midnight Sun. Edward is thinking, again, as he does quite often, unfortunately, but found this one funny, so I had to share it. So Bella, I was following your scent through the woods after I left your room. Just some minor breaking and entering, no need to worry. I was exterminating spiders. I found that hilarious because Edward doesn't get many moments of humor. He is not a humorous character. I feel like his character could have definitely been helped by some humor. If he would have made more jokes like this, Midnight Sun would have gone so much better. But no, this is like one of the very few times. But I did find that really funny, the scene where he like squished the spider. It's like, sir, it's a spider. It's not even close to Bella. Like, my dude. Okay, I thought that was funny. We got 2. Do we have 2 more? We have 2 more. This one is funny because I kept imagining it and I want you to imagine it with me, and I might even do stick figures. Okay. Hasn't anyone ever told you not to play with your food? I called to Emmett. Oh, hey, Edward, he shouted back, grinning and waving at me. The bear took advantage of this distraction to rake its heavy paw across Emmett's chest. I really wish we had seen that in the movie. I really wish we did, because it's just like, it's beautiful brother banter, which we do not get at all, but also just like Emmett going, hey, Edward. If I didn't put stick figures, please just take a moment to imagine that. Soak it all in. Beautiful. Okay, next. This is the last one, and this is Bella from New Moon. This is the scene in the beginning where she is having that dream about becoming old. Okay. Well, Gran, you might have noticed that my boyfriend glitters. It's just something that he does in the sun. Don't worry about it. Really, the whole series can be summed up with, well, Gran, my boyfriend, he glitters sometimes. Don't worry about that. Because that seems to be all that Bella can focus on, is that he glitters. So yes, I thought that was funny because, like, also, if there were more moments, like this one really sounds a lot to me like the Midnight Sun quote about the exterminating spiders. If there had been more moments of just, like, hilarity, I would have loved that. And, like, part of me wants to edit, like, one of the Twilight trailers as a comedy, or like take bits of Twilight and edit it together to make like a comedy trailer, and I think that'd be hilarious. And if I decide to do that, it'll be in this video or like the next one about Twilight. But like, my clock's over there, that's why I keep glancing. But like, I still think my favorite out of these all is the one where Emmett's just like, oh hey Edward, because I can just see it. I can just beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I think we should have seen that in the movies, and I think we just need to remake the movies at some point with this scene in it. And also with maybe the men being a little bit less creepy, and maybe with Jasper being on the right side of the Civil War, and maybe with Bella ended up with Alice at the end. Movie Charlie is fine. Movie Charlie needs no, that man is pure gold. Charlie stays. Everything else needs to be tweaked a little bit. But yes, that was my really quick video on Twilight. If you've made it this far and you are my film professor, hello Michelle. Yes, I am doing my Quileute project, and yes, I do have the technique picked out as of right now. I totally have that picked out. Totally will have that project done in 10 days. It's all right. I will. This is just for fun. This is just practice, you know, so I can make sure that I have my editing skills up to date for that film project. Yes. Yeah, it is exactly 10 days away. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched, this is the second time I have filmed this, and I'm going to be late for this showing of this movie that I have to go see. So thank you so much for watching. You can follow me, subscribe, and then follow me on TikTok if you would like to know more about like my personal life and me finding out about my own life in real time, because that seems to be what is happening. I don't post here often, but as I make my way towards my film certificate that I would like to get along with my English degree, wow, excuse me, as I make my way towards my film certificate that I would like to get along with my English degree, I hope to be able to post more, because I'll be like surrounded by it more and I'll want to do it more. And honestly, I really like doing this. I like talking to the camera. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for a video on Quileute. Hopefully that will be done in 10 days. And stay tuned for a longer Twilight video at some point. Some other things that I have in the works are just like talking about childhood books that I read. I would like to do a video on Voltron because that was a time. But thank you so much for watching. I have to go. Peace out and have a good day. Goodbye. Shit.